Welcome everybody, I've got a brand new full house cleaning video for you today. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a cup of tea, coffee, a beverage of your choice, who am I to judge here, and relax and enjoy a cleaning video. Now, I have gone to town on this cleaning video. I have indeed. All the bed linen got changed. Everything got Febreze, the windows got cleaned, the sides got anti-bac, and I cobwebbed. Now, although you don't see it in this video, I do actually go around and hoover as well. So it has been a busy day. We've dropped Craig off at college and now it's home for cleaning. I've got the day off of work, yay! But, yep, my day off of work is doing much the same as what I do at work, because now I clean at work as well as at home. Yep, every day cleaning, yay me! But I love cleaning, so it's fine. Craig is at college, like I said. Me and Alyssa are off work today. Dell is going to work later. So I'm going to get the upstairs done while everybody is out of the house or downstairs, occupied, doing whatever it is they're doing. At the moment, we've actually got a person here from one of the energy companies who is looking to do a energy survey on the house. Oh, goodness knows why. They've done an energy survey on the house already, but apparently since we've had the new heating system installed, they've got to do another one, and then there'll probably be another one when they do something else to the house. So you know what, I don't know. These people make their appointments, they show up, so I just go, hello, come in, and then spend the entire day moaning and complaining about their arrival. It's just who I am. It's just what I do. I also apparently destroy small Lego toys. I didn't intend to do it. I picked it up and the wing fell off. Craig is very good at building model planes. He loves doing it. He's very good at it. But yeah, one of the wings fell off of one of his model planes. So I had to figure out how to put that back together. Thankfully, I managed quite successfully. I would get him the glue that sort of cements them together so he could keep them properly, but he likes to build them and then he'll deconstruct them and rebuild something else. I don't know what they're called. He likes building things. You know, like there's architects for buildings. He's kind of like that for aeroplanes. Perhaps one day he can do it, just like aviation design or something. Design aircraft. I don't know. I wonder if there's a college course he could enroll in. Anyway, he enjoys doing it, and then I pick them up and then have to desperately try to work out how to glue the wings back on again. Well, not glue the wings back on, affix the wings back on. I did think about getting him like one of them Airfix model kits, but I don't think he's got the patience for that. Although he did build one using the instructions, well, not an Airfix model, a Lego model. He did build a Lego model using the instructions, which he's never done before, which I was quite proud of. So, you never know, maybe he would like an Airfix model kit. Perhaps I'll get him one and see how he goes. Maybe they do simpler ones. We'll start him with a simpler one so he doesn't get bored, and then if he likes it, we can get more complicated ones for him. There's a thought. Oh, his game controller's broken as well. He plays it so much. We get through, like 2 or 3 a year where he goes through them. Thankfully now, though, he has stopped having temper tantrums and, like, hitting them on the floor. So at least he doesn't break them that way. Now he just wears them into the ground. So he's taken Dell's controller, much to Dell's disgust. Now Dell can't play his Xbox, which he doesn't really do anymore. But yeah, Dell can't play his Xbox. Craig has Dell's controller. Alyssa had one and her controller didn't work. It's like just thousands of Xbox controllers come through his house. It's insane. I don't have an Xbox controller though. Not anymore. I did have an Xbox, but I'm not one for playing video games. I used to be, but I'm not one for playing video games anymore. Now, if you were to take me back to the 90s, when I had a, what's it called? CD32 Amiga. Oh, loved that. Some of the games on there were legendary. Elite. Loved it. Could play for hours on the CD32 Amiga. In fact, I would love to buy myself another one. They are very expensive though. Apparently all the retro stuff is very expensive now. You go back to the 90s and try and get a 90s console or game or anything like that, you're going to pay a pretty penny for it. So I think I'll just stick with the fact that I'm slowly growing older, the 90s are behind me, and I'm never going to get the 90s back, as much as I'd love it. I love it. I would love to live in a house that's just the 90s. That would be amazing. Perhaps, once the kids have grown up and moved out, maybe I should just decorate the entire house in like 90s theme and have 90s toys and only watch 90s TV shows and do everything in the 90s. I'd have to open all my own cereal boxes though before I use them so I could put a little toy in it. So I could still get the toy and I could desperately hold on to my youth. I'd love to do that. The cat and the dog are driving me mad at the minute. It is like 20 past 10 on Thursday night. This video is going up 11 o'clock Friday morning. So I'm trying to get this voiceover done. The dog won't stop whining. The cat seems to want to be on the wrong side of the door the entire time. So every time she goes through, she scratches at one side. I open the door, let her through. Then she scratches the other side. So I open the door and let her through. I can't have the door open because the washing machine's going and that just makes so much noise. I can't do the voiceover upstairs because Dale's asleep and the kids are on their Xboxes and yelling and, well, Craig's on his Xbox yelling. Alyssa's watching something on Prime, I think. But yeah, even at 10:30 at night, there's still noise everywhere. This is why I don't do ASMR videos, if any of you are wondering. I can't do ASMR videos because it does not matter what time of day I get up, there's noise. The minute I start trying to film anything, there's noise. In fact, I'm going so far as to say I'm going to buy myself a nice little shed, just a little one, just enough that I can get in there, sit at a desk sort of size shed, tiny. I'm going to buy some insulation stuff for it and I'm going to insulate it so it's completely soundproof. And I'm going to put a little red light above the door, you know, like when you go for x-rays. I'm going to put a little red light above the door that says do not enter, filming or something in progress. And then that's it. I can go into my little soundproof shed and I won't be able to hear anybody. No one will make any noise and I can just get through voiceovers or ASMR videos like I want to do. Nice and quick, nice and simple. Without noise, without disturbance. Although you can guarantee someone's going to be knocking on the door or opening the door. Where's the milk? Or, have you seen? Did you do? Where's my this? Where's my that? Did you book? You know it's coming. Even if I lock the door, they'll just be hammering on the door. Or they'll ring my phone. They'll ring my phone. I'd have to actually make a shed that's soundproofed, locked, with like red and green, like stop and go lights, like you can come in, you can't come in. But also build that with a Faraday cage around it so I won't get any phone signals. And then I can just be left alone for just a little bit with no noise, no sound. I don't know whether I'd actually like that or not. I don't get left alone enough to know if I'd like that or not. Very occasionally it happens, and being on my own in silence does, in some circumstances, kind of unnerve me. So maybe I wouldn't like that. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out. Maybe I'll get my shed one day and I'll lock myself in there. Although I did get my shed to do all the exercise I wanted to do and all that. Now it's full of junk because I never used it. What a waste of money that was. I'm terrible for doing that. I think things are going to be a really good idea. I get them, then I never use them. Turns out it's not a great idea because I have no staying power. I have no stick-at-itness. Dog's going crazy again. Do you know what? I'm just going to keep going. I'm just welcome to the madness that is my life. The house is a pigsty, the dog won't stop crying, and the cat's going backwards and forwards through a door that she doesn't normally go through once in the day. He's very excited about an aeroplane going over, evidently. You'd think, wouldn't you, that a dog that's lived his entire life in an area where there are constantly, like, aircraft flying over, that he would be used to the sounds by now. But no, every time an aircraft goes over, that's the noise we get. Every time a tractor goes past the house, that's the noise we make. Every time someone arrives at the neighbour's house, that's the noise we get. I'm neurotic. I know I'm neurotic. I'm not hiding that fact from anybody. But the dog's not more neurotic than I am. I got up to make myself a cup of tea initially because I like to have a chamomile tea before bed. And I kind of fancied another one. So I got up to make myself a second chamomile tea, and I thought I'd do this voiceover quick while I'm having a chamomile tea before I go up to bed. And one of the neighbours' dogs was barking. He was getting anxious about that. Well, I assume it's anxiety. It could be excitement. I don't know what he's saying. Is he saying, oh no, I don't like it? Or is he saying, oh, there's noise. Oh, I'm very excited. I don't know. I don't know how to translate dog. But either way, he makes the silliest noises because he's heard a noise that he doesn't normally hear. So, you know what? We need to make over the house a no-fly zone. And we need to make, like, driving past our house in anything bigger than a car illegal. And then we can just have a quiet life. Failing that, I might actually need to train the dog to just stop being a ninny. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know. I mean, he's walked regularly. He gets games played. You know, he has like mind games and little treat balls and things like that to occupy his brain. But I don't know. It started after Buzz and Cass left us. Before Buzz and Cass, when Buzz and Cass were here, he was fine. Then Buzz and Cass left and just went off the rails. It was like he had to honour their memory by being completely cuckoo. But that's our Woody. We love him, but that's our Woody. Anyway, let's carry on with the cleaning. So, Alyssa, bless her soul. I was cleaning her room. And it drove me nuts because I'm cleaning her room and she's literally in the room at the same time, making a mess. I don't know why I continued, actually. I probably should have gone into our room, started cleaning there, and then came back to her room when she was done sorting herself out to go out. But I do everything in a routine. I start Craig's room, I do Alyssa's room, I do our room, then I go downstairs, bathroom, dining room, living room, kitchen. That's the routine I follow. To deviate from that routine is just weird. So I just carried on doing her room while she was in here. So I'm literally doing stuff and she's kind of undoing it. Although we did have the best conversation while she was getting ready to go out and I was cleaning her room. I was asking her about, like, the house is a bit of a mess and obviously the guy's here to do the energy survey. How does she cope with people knowing her room's messy like this? Because for me, if the house is messy and people come round, it upsets me. And one of her friends asked her, like, don't you mind your mum putting your room on the internet all the time when it's messy like this? And she's like, well, no. And I said to her, like, why don't you mind? And she's like, but why would I? Well, because people will judge you. She's like, and what? Well, people will think badly of you because you live this way. And she's like, and what? She said at the end of the day, she goes outside to live her life. She goes out to be with friends. She goes to work where, like, she kind of has a bit of a social life at work as well as working. She's very professional. She's really loved at work. Everybody loves her at work. But she goes out to live her life. She said, I come home to sleep and to eat. And, you know, this is just like a base camp for her. She's choosing her social life, her outside life. She's choosing to live her life over keeping her room immaculate. Keeping her room tidy and clean isn't a priority for her. She'll do it when she needs to. And she'll do it, you know, if I ask her, like, please, you know, come on, really, can you? But other than that, she chooses to prioritise her outside life. And that's how she manages. She doesn't care if you think her room's a mess. She doesn't care if I think her room's a mess. At the end of the day, she's living her life. And cleaning in here is just a low priority for her. If it needs to be done, she'll do it. Otherwise, nah, it ain't getting done. For me, cleaning in here and cleaning my home is the priority. Living my life is the thing I do only when I have to. And it kind of got me thinking, actually. Yeah, okay, now I'm an adult, I've got children, I've got responsibilities, I've got pets. I kind of have to do housework because I have children. Well, I had children that relied on me to do these things. Now I have grown-up children who can do it themselves. I don't have to do this anymore. You know, if they want a clean plate to make themselves dinner on, they know how to wash up and they know how to cook themselves food. They want clean bed linen. They know where the washing machine is and they know how to change their own bed linen. I'm choosing to do this for them. I'm choosing to make this my priority. And I'm choosing to allow the judgment of others and how they view my home to affect me. And I'm choosing not to go outside and live my life. And that, to me, you know, before seemed fine. But now I'm like, actually, you know what? I was in a right flap before the energy survey guy came out, thinking, oh my goodness, he's going to think I'm such a bad mother and wife that I can't keep the home clean. Well, do you know what? If you're that bothered by it, mate, there's some rubber gloves under the sink. Get cracking. You know, my house isn't awful, you know, it's not filthy. I mean, it's not the tidiest and cleanest by any stretch of the imagination. But you know what I mean? I should be prioritising myself. I should be prioritising my life now. My kids are grown. My husband is a fully grown adult. And they can take care of themselves. They know how to do it. They are choosing to prioritise their life. And I think it's kind of about time I started prioritising mine too. And it just really hit home that I am not living my life. I'm doing all this because somewhere deep ingrained inside of me, how clean and tidy my home is indicates how good of a person I am, how good of a mother I am, how good of a wife I am. And actually, that's nonsense. That is absolute nonsense. I have a beautiful, beautiful daughter who has turned into a cracking human, a cracking adult. And, you know, she's well respected, she's well liked, she's friendly, she's feisty, she's stubborn. But she is a wonderful person. And I've got a beautiful son who is making strides in the world. He is surprising me every day with the stuff he can achieve and the stuff that he's willing to do and his bravery. I'm terrified for him that he's going out to college and he's doing all these things. But he's just striding ahead and doing it. So I've not failed as a mother. Sure, yeah, I've messed up, haven't we all? And yeah, sure, there's some things I really wish I'd done differently. But at the end of the day, I've not failed as a mother. So, you know, my house being clean is no indication as to how good of a mum I've been. You'd have to ask Dale how good of a wife I am. You know, I'm pretty sure some of the arguments we've had over our time are pretty normal and healthy. But you know what? Sometimes I'm a bit neurotic, I'm a bit stubborn, and I'm a bit of a meanie pants to live with. But you'd have to ask him how good of a wife I've been. I don't think I've been that bad of a wife, really. So again, my housekeeping skills are not a judgment on the type of person I am, the mother I am, the wife I am. So why do I let it get to me? I shouldn't, and I wish I didn't. But I do. And I think it's going to be something that always continues. Maybe my therapist will be able to fix it. Like I've said in previous videos, I do remember growing up being told that if we didn't keep the house pristine, social services would take us away from my mum and dad and we'd never see them again. And, I mean, I don't know if that's true. Back then, maybe social services would have done that. I genuinely don't know. But it's now ingrained in me that if the house isn't clean, someone's going to come and take my kids away from me. Even though they're adults now, I still am absolutely terrified that is going to be a thing that's going to happen to me. But anyway, let's show you some of my filthy house, shall I? Cobwebs, they're everywhere. I'm combating cobwebs today because it's bad. It's very bad. But how many times do you look up in your house every day? I don't really. But yeah, I saw some cobwebs and I thought, definitely taking care of those. So in each room, I am high dusting. Yes, so like I said before, I am getting all over it. I am being a very good little housewife today. I am cleaning everything. You'll see Mount Washmore at the end of this video though. Woo! Wowza, it's big. I think 12 or 13 wash loads because one was already in. By the time you see the end of this video, I've got through a couple and one's in the machine. So I think it worked out about 15 wash loads in total. I know, there's only 4 of us here. But when you think there's 4 of us, a week's worth of clothing, because I only do like everything once a week. There's all the bed linen, the blankets. It soon mounts up. Plus, I don't like to overload my machine, so I tend to do smaller loads than I need to. So yeah, it worked out about, I think, 14 or 15 loads in the end. It's a lot. But I'll get through it. I'm good. And I have my new tumble dryer, which is a godsend. Because today was very overcast and cloudy and a little bit cold, and I wouldn't have managed to get anything dried on the line. So I am really, really thankful that I've actually got my tumble dryer today, and I can just start putting loads through the dryer. It's been a godsend. It's working so much better than the last one. Long may it continue. Long may it continue, because I need that. I hate line dry towels and I hate line dry jeans. They are so crispy, crunchy and irritating. I really do not like them at all. Alright, so with the last swish of the feather duster and a quick wipe down of Alyssa's mirror in her bedroom, which the energy man moved and then never put back. I mean, what is it with people? If you move something in someone's home, put it back where you got it from. Don't just dump it somewhere random. What is it with workmen? Everyone who comes in this house, oh, I'll move this. Doesn't need to go back where I got it from. We'll just dump it there. No, you will move it back. Anyway, on to our bedroom. Now, this is the one laundry basket full and one bin bag full. That's just from the kids' rooms. Yeah, I need to get doing this more, but I don't want to. Once a week's enough for me, thank you. We'll just deal with it once a week. Yeah, onto our room. I really, really wish I was faster doing this because it just seems to be so slow when I watch myself back. But now I'm doing this for a living. Hopefully I'll get a lot quicker doing this as well. Random stray hair. I swear I molt more than Border Collie does. More than the dog does. I don't know why I just used his breed then. I could have said I molt more than Woody. I could have said I molt more than the dog. But no, I molt more than the Border Collie. The dog specifically, the breed specifically. I don't know. My hair does fall out quite a lot though. Although I've been told by the hairdressers I have like really thick hair. Well, I don't understand how I've got really thick hair if it's falling out in droves, but apparently if you have thick hair, it does fall out a lot more. I don't know. It just seems like I should be bald by now with the amount of hair I lose over a course of a day. I don't understand how it's still on my head. Although, I must admit, funny fact, here's a little fun fact. My hairline is receding. Probably because it's always scraped back into a ponytail. But I swear to you, I used to have a 4 head. Then it turned to a 5 head. And now it's a 6 head. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, the 4 head, I don't know why. Ages ago, I decided it was called a 4 head because you could put 4 fingers from like the top of your nose to your hairline. That's why it was called a 4 head. But for me, I was able to fit 5 fingers between the top of my nose and my hairline. So it was a 5 head. And now, over the many, many years, I can now fit 6 fingers between the top of my nose and my hairline. So I have a 6 head. My hairline is receding. Yes, it's official. I'm a 60-year-old balding man, which is great. I don't want to be balding. I really don't. I don't even want to be a man, but you know, I definitely don't want to be a balding of either gender. And I don't know what to do. How does one stop a hairline receding? I mean, I suppose I could get like a hair transplant. Are they called plugs? Is that what they're called? I don't know, but maybe I could get like a hair transplant and they could put me in like some fringe or something so I didn't have such a massive forehead. I swear, it's like a landing strip for a Boeing aircraft. It really is. It's huge. Dell's going to bring me another coffee. When you see Dell during these like videos, normally it's because he's fetching me a cup of coffee. I'm not sure what he's up here talking to me about at the moment. Apparently I wasn't sure then either, but look at that shrug. I can't remember what he wanted. Never mind, he's got my cup, so the important thing's taken care of. I'll get a cup of coffee in a minute. That's the good thing with Dell. When you're home with Dell, you'll never dehydrate. The man is constantly bringing you cups of coffee. He's constantly drinking cups of tea. I don't know how he fits it all in one day. I really don't. If I'm on my own, I'll drink... Well, I won't even drink one cup of tea or coffee. If he goes to work in the morning, I'll drink a cup of tea with him before he leaves work. And then I will not drink a cup of tea or coffee until he gets back home and starts making one. Occasionally I get that thirsty, I will drink out of a bottle of something. Normally I've got like a bottle of lemonade or a bottle of water or something by the bed. And if I get really thirsty, I might consider going upstairs to get a drink out of the bottle of water or bottle of lemonade, whatever is by the bed. But most of the time I don't. I just wait for him to come home. And then he'll make me a cup of tea or coffee. And it's not laziness. I know what you're thinking. It's not laziness. I genuinely just forget I need to drink. I tend not to forget I need to eat. Eating is a bit of an obsession in my book. If you watch my last video, you'll understand. But I tend to forget I need to drink. I don't remember to do that. And so many people have to remind me. Where I used to work, I'd get moaned at loads. Is that all you've drunk today? No wonder you've got a headache. You got to drink more. And people will constantly be pestering and reminding me. I think maybe now I'm just going to set a phone alarm to be like, drink. Although, running around cleaning caravans in the heat, you tend to get really parched really quickly and your body, it won't let you forget. Like your throat starts sticking together because you're that dry that you're like, and you just have a drink because you really desperately need to. But even then, I drink a fraction of the amount I'm supposed to. The amount of water I'm supposed to drink in a day, I don't know how many litres or pints or whatever it is it's supposed to be, but I swear down, I'm probably only drinking a fifth of what I'm supposed to drink in a day, if that. Told you. There's Dale back with my cup of coffee. It's dead Andy. He makes me lunch too. And dinner. I never cook dinner. But yeah, he makes me lunch too. I'll be like, oh, I'm hungry for lunch. And he'll be like, what do you want? And I'll tell him what I want. And then he'll make me lunch for me. He's a good husband. Sometimes he's annoying. Sometimes I'm very annoying. But he is a very, very good husband. Very attentive. He knows the things I like. And he tries to make sure I've got them. Bless him. Making beds takes me forever. It really does. I know why it takes me so long. Because I sit there and do things like this. I've got to stop stopping. I need to just do the thing I need to do. If I'm making the bed, I just need to get it done. But even during doing a simple task like making a bed, I get distracted. And I'll look out the window. Or I'll watch something on my phone. Or someone will talk to me and I'll stop to talk to them back. Why can't you work and talk? I can't do it though. I need to complete a task. In fact, that's one of the things I'm going to work on next week. Completing a task. Faster and faster. I want to make this bed quick. I don't know how long it should take you to make a double bed. But I'm going to try and get faster and faster and faster making beds. Because it's one of the things I do every day at work. And it's one of the things I need to be doing at home more regularly. So I need to get faster so I am quicker and more efficient at work. But B, I've got more spare time. If I could get a bed changed in 10 minutes, then that would free up loads of time. Because I swear at this point, I'm at about the 20-minute mark making this bed. Although this bed does annoy me. For some reason, the duvet doesn't fit in the duvet cover anymore. And I know some of you out there have also had that problem. The duvets no longer fit in the duvet cover anymore. It's all lumpy, bumpy. They're the wrong size. I'll be buying some more duvets though, and some more pillows, because these ones are really stained quite heavily now with years of use, and the dog's been laying on the bedding and all that, so they desperately need changing. But I am going to get some like protectors, pillow protectors and duvet protectors, so they stay cleaner longer. One of the things I've noticed is we spend a lot of money on mattresses, replacing them, and replacing duvets and pillows. Well, if I just get the protectors, they're a lot cheaper, and you can put them through the wash a lot easier. I mean, this is one reason why I've not washed Dell's pillows yet, despite them looking at ooky colour with staining and all that. If I put them through the wash this early in the year, they won't dry in time for us to go to bed. So I need to wait until like the hot summer kicks in. Then I can wash them on the line. So they only get washed like once a year, which is a nightmare. So I do need to get some more pillows and, like I say, protectors, so everything's protected and it can stay clean. When the protectors get stained and all yucky and horrible and I can't bleach them anymore, then I can just throw them away and get new protectors, because it's going to be a lot cheaper than buying a new mattress and new duvets and new pillows every time we need to do it. So I will be getting new bedding. So for those of you out there that were concerned about the state of the pillows or the duvet, because they do look a bit manky, it is staining. They are clean. They're getting to the point and they need cleaning again. But yeah, I will be getting some new ones. So do not fret. I will not be sleeping on dirty bed linen for much longer. Although, in all honesty, it's not done us much harm. It's not done us any harm, to be fair. I think too many people are too too picky about being clean. Like, you have to be clean. I get it. I do completely understand. But at the end of the day, if it's not doing you any harm, do you need to go so overboard? Like, I've seen people using bleach on their carpets to clean their carpets. Does that not seem a tad excessive? Yes, there is a stain on your carpet, but oh no, is it going to cause you ill health? Probably not. No, not if it's a stain. I get like dirt, mud and germs. I get cleaning those off. But really, do you need to be bleaching your carpets when you shampoo them? Probably not. Probably not. And so many people are just so, oh no, that's got a stain on it. Bin it, buy a new one. Really? Really? I don't get it. Obviously, if it's like heavily stained or heavily soiled, then yeah, maybe, the time does come when you have to admit defeat and get rid of it and buy a new one. If it's full of holes and it's proper decrepit and ragged, then yeah, maybe it's time to buy a new one. But if it's working fine, and like with the pillows or the duvet cover, if you're putting a cover over the top of that, do you really need to worry about it? Do I need to worry that there's a stain on my duvet? No, because once I put the duvet cover over it, it's gone. No one knows it's there anymore. It's like magic. But I do think a lot of people are too worried about everything being completely pristine, which sounds odd coming from a person that cleans for a living and, I clean for a living and I enjoy cleaning. I love cleaning. But yeah, I think some people take it too far and become too obsessed with it, and that's dangerous. I like to keep it real. You guys know I like to keep it real, and at the end of the day, real is real. This is a home where people live in, and it's going to get dents and chinks in the armour, and it's going to get a bit grufty around the edges, and it's going to be used. But, clean and tidy doesn't have to mean sterile and minimal and, stainless steel and white tile with perfectly bleached grouting and everything in its perfect place. For me, that's almost a tad obsessive. Now, that level at work, I'm quite happy to clean to, because obviously different people are coming to stay in these vans and they expect that next level because that's what they're paying for. In my own home, though, no, you're going to get cleaned, lived in, because, life's too short to stress about every tiny little thing being pristinely perfect. So I'm going to get it the way I want it looking. And I'm going to have it my version of perfect. And if that doesn't meet other people's versions of perfect, I am working super hard on being okay with that, because too much of my life has been spent worrying if that perfectly pristine thing is perfectly pristine enough to gain everyone else's approval. My life is too short. Well, no, my life is not too short. I'm going to live a long, healthy life. But you know what I mean? I don't need to be spending any more of my life worrying about that sort of thing. And I'm working really, really hard on not worrying about it. Do I always succeed? No, I don't. I don't always succeed at all. In fact, quite often I don't succeed. Like I was saying earlier in this video, the energy man came round and, well, I most certainly wasn't succeeding then when he came round. I was in a panic because my house wasn't pristine. But like I say, the chat with Alyssa has really kind of reaffirmed to me, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you're not ill, as long as it's not making you or your family ill, it don't have to be perfect. So people come to your house and they see dirty dishes in the sink. Yeah, I fed my family. They had food. You eat, that produces dirty dishes. My bins are full. Yeah, well, people live here. The bins get full. They get taken out, but at some point you're going to see a full bin. You know, the dirty laundry. Yeah, my family changed their clothes. You're going to see dirty laundry. Should it be piled up everywhere? No, but you know what? I can't be dealing with it, worrying about it so much anymore. All right, can we move on now, please? Because I think I've exhausted that subject. Yeah, good idea. I was dusting my cobwebs here. This is one of those times when I dusted a spider web and didn't realise. It was only later when I felt the tickle on the side of my neck, just below my ear, it was around my jawbone, did I realise that I'd dusted a spider web. Because the spider was crawling down me. Ooh, I was doing the washing up at the time and I felt it tickle. So I sort of wiped my neck thinking it was a hair. And I wiped this little spider and it nearly went for a swim in the washing up water. Thankfully, I managed to sort of get hold of it before it went in there. And it's been deposited. Not outside. No, it was deposited on the floor and then it scuttled behind the cooker. So now it's got a new home behind the cooker. But yeah, I didn't realise it was a spider web until I felt it crawling on me. So yeah, sorry Mr. Spider or Mrs. Spider, I did destroy your web. Here's my new tumble dryer. It's been sitting here for a couple of days while I've been at work. I can't remember what day it arrived on. I think it arrived on the first day I was back at work on Tuesday. Could have been Wednesday. Either way, it's been sat in here for a couple of days. And, well, I've had enough of it sitting in the dining room. So I decided, let's get shifting. So I dragged the old one out. Yep, heave-ho. And pulled the new one in myself. Yep, who needs help? I can do it myself. Oh, get dragging that machine out of the way. Actually, it wasn't that heavy. Thankfully, tumble dryers are a lot lighter than washing machines. Although I tell you what, if I'd have needed to shift the washing machine, I could have done that too. I am nothing if not resourceful when it comes to shifting around furniture, because I do it quite a lot. I'm always shifting rooms around. So yeah, I learn very quickly how to manhandle and lug furniture about. Which is funny because I wouldn't consider myself a strong person. But if I need to get something done, well, I can get it done. I can lug it about. I'll get it there somehow, some way. But you ask me to carry anything and I'm like, no, I'm not strong enough. I am too weak. So yeah, I'm just going to manhandle my tumble dryer into its location. I actually even set the feet so it doesn't wobble on the floor. Yeah, go me, installing stuff. I could be a delivery man. Look at that. Don't need no dolly wheels. Just keep lugging it around till it goes in. Now, washing machines are a different story though. They're a lot heavier. And I did keep the packing on the base of this, so I didn't have to sort of shift it about too much. So I didn't unsettle it too much. Now, I don't think they're like fridges, tumble dryers. I think with a tumble dryer, it's pretty good. With a fridge, you have to let it settle after you've shifted it. But like I say, I kept the bottom packing on, so I didn't have to cause too much shaking and upset to the machine, because I know that can unsettle them and damage them. So yeah, it just got walked in for the last bit. So it's not got shaken too much. And like I say, I set the feet. Check me out. And I plugged it in and switched it on. Now, if you know anything about me, you'll know that terrifies me. If we get any new appliances or anything like that, I do not plug them in. I do not switch them on. Dell does. But this new job has been the best thing for my brain at the moment. Will that change? I don't know. But at the minute, it's doing me good. And I was just able to plug it in, switch it on, carry on regardless. Although I did worry I hadn't taken all the packaging off and kept coming out every 10 minutes to sniff it to make sure nothing was melting. Nothing did. It's fine. It's working like a charm. It's quiet. You can barely hear it making any noise. It's drying the clothes in super quick time. It's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I love it. We did get the insurance with it again, so if it does go wrong, then the nice people can come out and fix it again. But that's not going to happen. And there she is, in situ, ready to go, with her first load of laundry. I did only put a little bit in, and with stuff that I could ruin should I have not taken all the plastic off. Thankfully, I did. And then, literally, about an hour later, I was able to put in another load of laundry, and yeah, she's been going pretty much all day ever since. There's a lot to be getting through. I'm so grateful I've got a dryer back. I missed having it so much. I was going to do you all an unboxing video, but to be 100% honest with you, this machine is pretty much exactly the same as my old machine. I think it's slightly bigger, and it has square buttons instead of round buttons, but it is exactly the same as my old machine. Although now it's slightly dawning on me, you had no idea what my old machine looks like. So maybe I'll take you through a run through of this new machine. When I get home from work tomorrow, I'll do a little tutorial on it and show you through my new machine. Because, yeah, you don't really know what my old machine looked like. So maybe I should have done an unboxing. Just because it's the same to me doesn't mean it's the same to you guys. But anyway, we're going to get some more cleaning done. I can't believe how long this has taken me though. I did have a break for lunch, and then Dell, obviously, he's gone to work now so I can get the downstairs done. Craig's home from college, he's upstairs, Alyssa's still out, and yeah, Dell's off to work, so now I can get the downstairs done. But I've only got about an hour, I think, before one of my old co-workers arrives. He lent us the spray you can see on the table, paint spray for the fence. Unfortunately, the paint sprayer didn't take the type of paint we had, so although I did have a paint sprayer, I couldn't use it. So he's coming to collect that today. So I've got like an hour to get some more stuff done before he rocks up to collect that. Because I know what we're like. I like a good chat. And I haven't seen him for a little while. So yeah, I kind of assumed we'd have a good chat. Although, bless him, he's not that chatty. You know, when he's done his day's work, he wants to go home. And I can't blame him. I'd want to go home too. So yeah, he'll chat for a little while, but you can't keep him chatting for long. He's a lovely bloke though, bless him, and it was nice to catch up. My living room. I'm so looking forward to redecorating this room. Now, I know I say this every time I do a full house clean, but this is one room I really am looking forward to getting sorted once and for all. This room drives me nuts. There is not a wall that doesn't have a door on it and or a window on it. Every single wall. We've got the door from the dining room, door to the cupboard under the stairs, which you can just see off to the right. Then there's the window. Then there's a window behind me, the kitchen door, the door to the cupboard, and then back round to the door for the dining room. The only wall that doesn't have a door actually is the end of the cupboard under the stairs, where that sofa is, that's butted up against to. That doesn't have a window or a door, so I lied. One wall doesn't have a window or a door. But it's a totally pointless wall because you can't see it. Well, you can see it. From the point I'm sat at the moment, you can see it. But when you walk into the room, you can't really see it. And it's only about 4 foot long. It's like the most pointless bit of wall ever. So this room is a nightmare. It's also really light on one side, really dark on the other. Because this side obviously has got the 2 windows and it's got the kitchen door. The kitchen door has a glass back door on it, so there's loads of light in the kitchen, which means that whole back wall there is just really illuminated. Illuminated. Either way, it's really light. And obviously from where I'm sitting now, you've got the 2 windows and then you've got the door to the living room, the dining room. And there's a glass front door at the dining room bit too, so there's lots of light there. But the back corner where we've got like the Xbox and the monitor and that sort of thing, so we can watch like Prime, play Xbox games, all that sort of thing, it's pitch dark. Like, it's really dark in that corner. And I need to find a colour scheme that's going to balance both in the dark and in the light, because at the moment it's just not working. Although I think I figured it out. I think I know what I want in here. It's just going to take some doing. This room is probably going to be one of the most expensive rooms I redecorate, because it needs new sofas, new curtains, new flooring. I think that's all it needs in it. It might need some like extra little bits of furniture like shelves and, you know, the knick-knack little bits. The little bits you put in afterwards just to make a room a little bit cosier, you know. So yeah, this room is going to be the most expensive of the rooms to do, I believe. But yeah, no, I don't think any of the other rooms are going to be as expensive. I was thinking about the bathroom maybe, because all the walls need redoing in the bathroom. So that one might be a close second. I mean, each of the rooms is going to have its own expense challenges. I mean, I've got carpet for like each room to buy realistically downstairs. Upstairs can wait. It's had relatively new carpet put in. It's only a few years old, and I'm not really ready to like replace all of it all at once. So upstairs is keeping its carpet. Downstairs needs new flooring. Like, the living room desperately needs it. It needs all new door bars as well, because they're all coming up. It needs a lot of TLC, does downstairs. But then we use it all the time. I mean, out of all the rooms in your house, the living room, kitchen, dining room, bathroom, they're all rooms that are going to get used an excessive amount. And obviously when you go to the bedrooms, you sleep there. So you're not, you know, moving about. There's not a high lot of traffic going through those rooms. So those rooms aren't going to need as much decorating as the downstairs rooms. So this needs to be a very durable, very good decoration. Something else I think I need downstairs is like a blanket box though, because in the evenings it can get a bit chilly, and I'm tired of having to go upstairs, get my blanket, fetch it downstairs, take it back upstairs. So I think what I really, really want downstairs is like some chunky knit throw blankets that I can have just sort of like draped aesthetically over the corners of the sofa. But then in the evening when you get a bit chilly, you can just snuggle down under a nice throw blanket. And that way you can have like upstairs blankets solely for upstairs places, and you can have downstairs blankets that are solely for downstairs. And there the twain shall meet. So maybe that's a good idea. In fact, do you know what? It is a good idea, and that's what I'm going to do. And also, if I get some sort of, I don't know, blanket box or something like that, then I can have the space in the cupboard where my dad's bedding is. So where my dad stays, we haven't got a spare room. He sleeps on the sofa and we've got spare bedding for him. Now that is in the cupboard in that far corner, that dark corner I told you about. It stays in there, which takes up a fair amount of space. So if I can get myself like a blanket box or something like that, his duvet and pillows and spare bed linen and that can all go in that blanket box, which will free up some cupboard space. That'll please Daddy, can get some more toy cars. Yeah, no, definitely a blanket box is on the list now for this room. Also, I can't wait to do it. When we get when the sofas move, because they're not staying here. I don't want the sofas staying here anymore. Apparently it's really bad feng shui. I've got really into feng shui and I quite like it. It's done some good stuff in this house. So apparently they can't stay here. It's very bad. When they move to the other side, I've seen these tiny little thin shelves that sort of run behind the sofas. I'm going to get me some of those thin little shelves that run behind the sofa. I think they are fantastic. They're going to be great. And I'm going to get like charging leads that are solely for downstairs. And then that way, like every time you're on the sofa, if you need to charge your phone, you can literally just reach round, pop your phone on the shelf behind the sofa, and boom, there's going to be a charger there all the time, ready to rock and roll and charge your phone. You've not got to hunt for one. You've not got to worry about whose is whose and where it is. You just grab a charger, plug your phone in, and off you go. I think it's going to be great. Plus, in this back corner, that's where the sofa's going to go. That corner there, where you can see the cupboard doors, that's the dark corner. If I put those little shelving units there behind the sofa, I can actually get like LED strip lighting or lamps or anything of the same and have behind the sofas lit up. So it's going to look light up, which, yeah, I love. I want that. So that is what's going to be happening. I can't wait to see it. And I am hoping that once it's done, this room will finally feel comfy, cosy, put together, organised, mentally restful, because at the moment it doesn't. And this is one of the rooms we spend most of our time in. And I think if you're spending a lot of time in that room, it needs to be fit for purpose and it needs to be comfortable and it needs to be restful. But we're going to move on now to the kitchen and Mount Washmore. I don't understand how laundry collects to this level. Well, I do. It's because I don't go around and collect it every single day. And, of course, it mounts up in the bedrooms and, well, at the bathroom. Yeah, and because I don't go around and collect it every day and do it every day, we end up with this. Because I'm going to put that in with that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 loads at 45 minutes each. So yeah, 12 loads there, but there's already been 3 loads gone through. I've done Alyssa's bedding, I did the blankets, and then there's jumpers that were going around in the washing machine as I was filming that bit. So yeah, 15 loads in total. Crazy, isn't it? Now on to the washing up. Oh, the bane of my existence is washing up. Well, do you know what? Any housework, really. In fact, actually, the worst job in the house to do is cleaning the flipping oven out. But that's not a job I'm doing today, or in the near future, or in the distant future. I'm going to finish this washing up. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, and I'm going to sit down because that is my day done. Thank you for watching, my lovelies. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.